Right now, these Georgia pilots you see here are flying right into the communities hit the hardest by Hurricane Helene, bringing critical supplies to inaccessible areas. They're donating their fuel, time, and using their own planes to do this. Atlanta News First, Madeline Montgomery spoke with the pilot and joins us live at 5 from the Atlanta Regional Airport in Peachtree City with more. Madeline?
The pilots who are doing this are people who work for Delta, flight instructors, pilots who just fly for fun. But with this mission, they want to give back. Taking off to the places hit the hardest by Hurricane Helene.
We've been to Asheville, we've been down to Statesboro, Georgia, we've been into Augusta.
Angel Flight Soars is a volunteer organization that loads up and lifts off when disasters happen. Harlan Hamlin has been volunteering with Angel Flight Soars for over 15 years.
We have pilots from all walks of life. I mean, we have airline captains down to student pilots want to be involved.
These planes may not seem like you can really pack a whole lot in here, but it's actually the size that matters in this situation, because planes like this can get to places that are not easily accessible, which really matters in this situation after Hurricane Helene.
We have the ability to get to places that other means of transportation can't.
Pilots aren't the only volunteers needed for this mission to work. Angel Flight Soars needs boots on the ground. People like Colleen Bray-Brunel, who benefited from the organization when they flew supplies to Oklahoma City after a fatal tornado.
It's always nice to be able to give back, to know what others are currently experiencing and having witnessed and seen things of that nature.
The group also needs donations.
Work gloves, Benadryl, bug spray. I mean, some of this is just simple stuff just to be able to function day and night.
They'll be taking donations here, they'll be taking donations at the DeKalb County Airport, and they'll be taking donations at the Columbus Airport daily from 9 in the morning until 5 in the evening. Reporting live in Peachtree City, I'm Madeline Montgomery, Atlanta News First.
Atlanta News First is partnering with the Salvation Army to help communities devastated by Helene. We've made this donation process as simple as possible. All you have to do is use your phone to scan the QR code here on your screen. Then the donations page will come up. So far, you've helped us raise more than $340,000 for storm victims here and across the Southeast.